Good evening, everyone. We'll start this podcast in another minute. There are more participants joining. I think we are good to go now. A very good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome to After Hours with William O'Neill India. This is Rajasekhar Kongari, Equity Research Analyst. A disclaimer for this podcast is that whatever the stocks we discuss in this podcast are only for educational purpose and not are intended for any investment advisors. So let's look into how the Nifty played out today. Uh, Today it was a very volatile action. This is a intraday 5-minute chart taken from a major broker in India. You can see Nifty started on a negative note, mostly because the global cues were also weak starting today. US market also closed lower yesterday. Asian markets also traded lower because of geopolitical tensions arising. So Indian market also slightly started on a negative note. It's not a major gap down, but it's a slight 30 to 40 point lower opening. After opening lower, you can see Nifty made a low in the first 20 to 30 candles. That is first 2 hours, it made a low. Since then, you can see it has been in a zigzag manner. 2-3 times I tried to make a new high, but it failed. Later, in the second half, Nifty found good support, and there has been a good rally in the market. Around 180 points recovery was seen in the market. Nifty made a day's high, almost 17,400. But again, the volatility crept into the markets in the last half an hour. Again, Nifty was sold and it closed on a flat basis. Also, please consider today is being a weekly expire of Fin Nifty, that is Nifty Financial Services. Tuesdays have also become slightly volatile, similar to the Thursdays, because of new introduction of new expiry on Tuesday. So that is the reason. Recently, if you observe, Tuesdays have also become similar to Thursdays, where the volatility is relatively higher compared to the normal days. If you look into Nifty's daily chart, you can see here for the last 4 trading sessions, Nifty closed very strong. It closed at a day's high for the 4 consecutive sessions. Also, the volume was relatively higher and above average volume for the last 3 trading sessions. During the course for the 4 trading sessions, Nifty reclaimed its 100 DMA pink line and 200 DMA, that is the black line here. It was a very constructive setup for the last 4 trading sessions. Today, as mentioned, it was a highly volatile trading session. The good thing is that Nifty closed on a flat basis, whereas the global markets closed negatively. So we can say that Indian market has been resilient when compared to the global markets. As we are in confirmed uptrend, we have started adding stocks to our model portfolio. We have changed the market status to confirmed uptrend around this area when Nifty reclaimed its 50 DMA and closed more than 1.4% higher on volume higher than the previous session. Since then, we started adding stocks to our model portfolio. From there, Nifty had a good rally, about 1,000 points. We are able to capture those that momentum, which is a good sign. Nifty reclaiming 100, 100 and 200 DMS is also a very good constructive setup. This reinforces our confidence in the current rally. Also, we are at distribution day count of one. We had a distribution day in the last week. That is, this is a day we had a distribution day when Nifty closed 0.2% lower. In the next session, also we had a Nifty close of more than 0.2%, but the volume on that particular day was relatively lower compared to the previous session. So the current distribution day count is at 1. If the distribution day count increases from here to 3 to 4, by the time Nifty breaches its 200 DMA, we might change the market status to under pressure. When that happens, our approach towards the market will turn slightly cautious because of increasing distribution days. So distribution days are a very good tool according to O'Neill methodology. Distribution days help us to track the weakness in the market. It helps to identify the bottom. Identify the top during the current rally. This is a Nifty 50 is major gainers today. IndusInd Bank has closed more than 2% higher. The bank had a made an agreement with new age fintech company rupee to disburse loans to second-hand vehicles. So the bank has been having a legacy of a good loan book already, and partnering with new age fintech will enable them to cater more users. That is the reason that the stock had a good traction today. Other stocks, Asian Paint, NTPC, Hindustan Unilever were the other major stocks which had a good closing. On the loser side, UPL closed nearly 4% lower. Auto company Hero has closed 2.5% lower. SBI Life has closed 2% lower. Other major losers were Britannia, Hindalco, Tech Mahindra, HDFC. This is among the Nifty 50 stocks. If you look at a sectoral view here today, you can see the action was highly mixed today. There was equal number of gainers and losers on the Nifty on the sectoral index wise. That is the reason Nifty also closed flat basis. On the positive side, we had Nifty PSU Bank, which closed 2.7% higher, followed by Nifty FMCG, which closed 0.6, and Auto 0.5% lower higher. Sorry. On the loser side, Nifty Realty closed declined the most with 1.7% decline. Other indices relatively closed flat with slight bias towards negative and positive side. Some of the key companies which reported results today are Tube Investments, which is our model portfolio stock. We are still holding that stock in our model portfolio. Stock closed nearly 3% higher today, and most of our losses are paid during today's trading session. We are at a flat in this particular stock. The stock has reported a very good set of numbers, both on revenue wise and PAT wise. Both revenue and PAT has grown more than 50%, 55% year-on-year basis. Margin was slightly lower when compared to the previous year corresponding quarter. Bank of India has also reported a good set of numbers when talking about net interest income. It has grown nearly 30% year-on-year basis. PAT was down 22%. This is because of higher provisioning the company has made. Now, asset quality has improved. You can see net NPS lowered nearly 12-13 BPS on quarter basis. Star Cement PAT was down. It's almost flat when compared to year-on-year basis. Revenue has grown 30%. Margin also increased by 60 BPS to 18.6%. This is on again year-on-year basis. Adani Ports has handled a cargo of 31.23 million tons in July. when compared to year-on-year basis, the cargo handle was increased to 13%. One positive news again here is that the Indian rupee has been finding some support, and it is strengthening in the recent 1 or 2 weeks. You can see currently it has closed at 78.7 against dollar when compared to previous closing of 79.02. At one particular point, and rupee was trading more than 80 rupees per dollar. This is a slight relief for Indian market. Zomato has reported a very good set of numbers. Actually, its revenue has increased more than 50% on a basis. One good thing is that their losses have not narrowed. The company is still reporting losses. It has reported a loss of nearly 186 crores for the June quarter. However, the losses have come down from 360 crore in the last quarter. That is the reason the stock gapped up and it closed 20% higher. If you're looking at O'Neill's perspective, the stock is still an underperformer, and it has a very weak set of ratings. RS rating is at which is the lowest according to our rating mechanism, and the stock is trading below its key moving averages, which is not a good sign. So this is just for an education purpose. We have put this stock. We are not advising to buy or sell this particular stock. We are just mentioning that this stock had a good traction during the market hours. Investors are feeling that the losses are narrowed, and the company is also growing higher. The company also made a successful acquisition of Blinkit, so they're expecting more sales and revenue growth there as well. So that is the reason the stock closed nearly 20% higher. However, on O'Neill lens, this stock is not under our radar. For chart of the day, we have picked Gujarat Fluorochemicals. If you're an MarketSmith India's premium subscriber, you would have known that we have added this stock to our model portfolio. The stock came to the ideal buy zone during the market hours, and the volume was also above average volume. The company has reported very good set of numbers. I can see here EPS has grown 90% and sales have grown 50%. Number of funds have also increased each quarter. If you see, it has been a very good improvement in the number of funds. That indicates a new investors, new institutional investors are taking position in this particular stock, which is a very good sign. Also, if you look at the price volume action during the base formation, it's a very constructive setup. You can see here at this particular point, the volumes are completely dried up. They have stayed below average. That indicates there is no strong selling happening in the action. This is just weak investors how gotten out of this particular stock. However, if you see this section of the base, when the stock rallied from 2011 to 3000 level, there was good buying happened, because you can see on the buy days the volume was above average. This indicates strong investors have taken a position in this particular stock. Also during this right side of the base formation and during the breakout, the volumes have been above average. This indicates again a constructive setup according to our methodology. And other ratings, master score of 75, price strength of 86, accumulation distribution day of rating of A minus indicate a very good setup. That is the reason we have picked this stock and added to our model portfolio. Thanks for joining today's after hours. Hope you had a very good trading session, and we'll catch you again at tomorrow's pre-bell, which starts at 8:45.